Everybody get up, it's time to slam now.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam. Come on and slam, if you wanna jam.
This is called Subway and Elevator. The craft of motion tag is a dance with gravity, a battle with inertia itself, rubber wrist, granite shoulder. When the train hits that curve at 30 miles per hour, knees bent, lean with the rumble and sway, maintain your stance, and apply that mean sig even as the operator applies brakes. Olympic balance beam shit. This craft is muscle memory, guiding perfect penmanship even when the lights go out, block stars go all av, trying to paint the moon. These are the fabled midnight marauders. Before the cans in the walls, this autograph session is the meet and greet just outside your bedroom window. This wide tips and stickers ritual is so that you get acquainted with the style. See, we don't want to blow your minds all at once. I know. It's a stupid thing to get locked up for. But I know that it's a stupid thing to lock a kid up for when they're trapped on the outside. Tell me, what do you know about I can't do this at home and they don't give a shit at school? This is how my homies exercised fear of being locked out of homes their families could barely afford to live in. This is the release from everyday stress from art professors saying, your abstracts contain too much city concrete. Motherfucker, I'm from the city. My name is all I have. This is meditation. Your drab walls need to be covered in promise. This is thank you or middle finger to the art critics. Rock the glove that fits. Here is where the criminals meet the artists with propellant under their tongues and fistful of style, all while using 360-degree peripheral vision to scope out rival crews and undercovers looking to blow up the spot. Keep charging them with petty crime. Tax dollars and escalating fares maintain this noise pollution, these alloyed carriages, all this iron and sweat. Some citizens autograph it a little every day. It's a better view than advertising and traffic. You're welcome. This is called Mask versus Mask. Zero. Mil Mascaras, the Hangman, the Masked Superstar, the Grappler, the Gladiators, Jushin Thunder Liger, Ultimo Dragon, Rey Mysterio, the Lucha Brothers, LA Park, Flamita, Aerostar, Dragon Lee, every Tiger Mask, the Midnight Riot. 1. The gimmick, basic, contract stipulation, wrestler loses matches, leaves town for 30 days. No legit promoter will book them. No state will license them. The nemesis takes bragging rights. The defeated and outlaw promoters could risk stipulation and their careers in the name of revenge. One Christmas, Dusty Rhodes' American Dream fell to the cult of Kevin Sullivan running roughshod. Once a promoter came out of retirement as an enforcer for his league, only to eat the pin in a special main event match. A grudge followed Bruiser Brody around the planet and got him banned from the world of Texas. Mysterious hooded combatants suddenly arrive to avenge our heroes, restore honor, and underline Western hero complexes. 2. In Latin America, especially Mexico, Estrellas de Lucha Libre carry tradition of mystique. La Máscara is practical for privacy, often extends to identity and legacy. Japanese masked wrestlers are often characters passed on for generations, created in parallel media dimensions, still requiring a promoter's favorite to carry the mantle. Sometimes a generic name and mask protect guys just doing the job of selling superstars on television. The masks of wrestlers have gained more value than some of the trophy belts put over in most main events, and pop culture popular with rock bands, trick-or-treaters, and stadium grandstands. What is it that we romanticize hiding? What is this fetish of hiding from? 3. The gimmick. 2 masked rivals. No time limit, no disqualification. Fight to the finish. Loser must unmask. Angle. Masked wrestler is suspected to be suspended hero under the hood. Wins world championship, but must unmask in order to keep it. Angle. Nemesis of suspected suspended hero offers cash bounty for their unmasking. Angle, the bet, mask versus mask, mask versus title, mask versus hair, a car, manager, career. 4. Maybe a competitor submitted too early, turned tail too quick, broke the wrong rules, fell victim to corrupt referee. Had to hide face to save face. Maybe the mask covers what we fear to do in the light, straying outside the lines, taking rules as suggestions and calling it altruism or a living, or even just like, screw it. The mask can deflect too much of its own light, reflects wrong and right, just enough shadow for a role model to hide behind a handful of brass knuckles. 5. The gimmick. Champion goes on rampage protecting his best buddy from Nemesis with a baseball bat. Accidentally assaults promoter in process, stripped of title, suspended for 90 days. My name is the Midnight Rider. I come from Diablo Canyon, Colorado. I come in vengeance and in violence, in vengeance of the common man, son of a plumber. I have come to rain havoc on anyone in my path, whether horsepower or horseback, with this bull rope or empty hands, whether on the mountaintop with all the pretty gold or out by the bunkhouse, tape fist shit kickers and whatever you can grab and swing. Understand this is less wins and losses than it is chaos. That is why the mask. You put hard times on Dusty Rhodes and his family, so now you're going to get harder times from the Midnight Rider. There's a chance we might not make it back. The mission is revenge and restitution. Do not ask about the mask like you would not ask the moon about its dark side, you understand? Let me reassure you, Dusty Rhodes is not the Midnight Rider, but I do believe that there is a little Midnight Rider in us all. This is called Worthy of All. When he called me out my name, I took a solemn oath. I made a promise. I gave warning that I would whip the politics out of him. He forgot that I whipped Patterson back to the Middle Age for such disrespect. Ernie Terrell could not find my name in his heart, so I tenderized his ribs, played so much percussion on his torso, he thought he was back in the motherland. What's my name? My name is my ancestors mapped the seas that their descendants were shipped across. What's my name? My name is, I wish you would call me that one more time. What's my name? My name is 15 rounds of the prettiest combat for his insolence. My name became domination, gladiator, champion, after being called boy, Negro, colored, troublemaker, Muslim, American, traitor, seditionist. These fools didn't even know what to put on the boxing license I fought for the right not to take brown lives, for the right to ply my trade, to apply these hands to any chump who dreamed they could take a round, let alone my dignity. I'm here to wake them up, make them apologize. Call me resolute, call me warrior, call another sucker to the ring who needs education by a country kid come to conquer the world. Terrell came for a fight and arrived at school. My name is Professor. My name is Mr. Griot Pugilist the First. My name gonna always be history, always the future when you say it right. Worthy of all praises, most high. Fight fans came to see the unification of boxing's world heavyweight championship, but Ernie Terrell's contempt and own soft hate and own self-hate turned prize fight into a holy war. Thank you.
This one's called What Is This? What is this I see? Do my eyes deceive me? Receiving a transmission, I'm kindly believing in transcription while blindly it seems to me this vestige is mildly unsightly. Politely, I lightly dismiss this mystic while I kindly smile nicely, wisely dismissive. This mist of mist, highly unlikely, twisted syndrome, tightly persist in nightly wisdom, vision gone. I exist in the grip of sound signals. Decision strong, I dismiss the trips we found crystals and the shapes of skulls. This place is all a memory waiting to be lost. to be found. It's so profound. I spin around till I'm dizzy. Sitting next to myself, I quickly realize this is my own mind, a guise I must have hidden from a long, long time ago. So I'll lightly step and stick close to the shadows, so close I've leapt slightly towards the fringe of existence while keeping distance. These unlikely swords miss this. I have freed the untidy hordes of misfits, gripped in mighty cords, forged in timely resistance, coexistence within this self, this body, this. What is this?
I'm going to do a piece called Reeling, Questioning Reality. Here goes. Feeling reeling, floor to ceiling. Rind of mind is slowly peeling, barely held together, dealing, knowing there's no point concealing. Can't hide behind a made-up wall. Can't know the rise without the fall, that there's no short without the tall. No nothing is the same as all. And that's what I must now embrace. Each and every single face I wear, so scared from being chased, can barely keep up with the pace. In disgrace, an empty cup, surrendered to the down and up, leather lace, bound and stuck, a fetish fool, a sorry suck. The negative can overpower any minute, any hour, any time it can devour anything with sickness sour. I fight, the raging war, try to even up the score, knowing I can take no more. I beg and plead with knees on floor. Not so sure I'm on the course, feel the heavy weight of force, pressing down, divide, divorce me from myself, me from the source. And from my pores and from my eyes, I weep and bleed and sweat and cry with nothing but the question why, the peace it leaves without goodbye. Come back, attack, all turning black, buried deep beneath the stack. Can't choose between the frickin' frack, can't pick or stick the things I lack. Just a hack is how I feel with words and blurs and sounds that steal my focus. Don't know how I deal when wondering if it's all real.
Fear itself. Palestinian Israeli poet Amir Zomer said it best: our peace must be louder than their bombs. Stop, drop, and roll. Fire will take its toll, and hiding under the desk was an important classroom test, but neither of these things ever prepared me for the real fears of this world. Monsters aren't really under the bed, and they're certainly not the ones being forced to hide in closets. No, if you recall, Scooby-Doo taught the lessons true. The monsters are everywhere. They're hiding in plain sight, whether it be day or night. This colonizer mind control is what we really need to fight. Avoiding floor lava and bedroom quicksand never addressed this manifest of the ghostly white man. And our destiny is now pure death, you see, for any who know better than to blatantly disagree. And we see this in the words of a Palestinian freedom fighter turned peacekeeper. The real enemy is not the people on the other side, but the hatred and the fear that they use to divide. To flee, so go ahead and flee your bathtub piranhas while you watch out for pool sharks, but realize that they criticize as they see us just as their next marks. Pawns in a childhood's endgame, where Scooby-Doo now wears horseshoes and Shaggy's at the mall. Fred was sped out of his head, and Daphne had a great fall. But Velma's well in living hell, now the queen of the mystery ball. When Hannah left, Barbara wept, and now the monsters masquerade as us all.
The man says he doesn't have any friends. And I have to remind myself, correlation is not the same as causation when he says his only friend is the mother of the girl he just raped. But he says he is a God-fearing man, so usually he would just pray on it. And what an interesting choice of words. This morning, a Christian man posted that gays are all that is wrong with this world. They are trying to destroy God's children. And I wish that I could tell him about my day at work. But I do not want this little girl to become lost innocence and lesson in the same day. How he prayed over her body before he prayed on her body and says God will forgive him. I do not call myself a Christian because I do not want to believe I pray to that same God, but somehow I want my own sins forgiven. The guy on the internet says that my sins are worse, says that the criminals in Sodom and Gomorrah were the gays and not the father who offered his daughters up to be raped. Sometimes I wonder if we're reading the same book. If the gays are killing the children, then predatory men are giving them up as sacrifice. And what do we expect? We were all taught that someone has to die for our sins in the same book that says we cannot die on our own. I spent 60 minutes looking for the lamb in the bush to replace the child. But what do I know of sacrifice? When the world is burning and I am told I am the one to blame, and all I can do is write a fucking poem.
A lot of people out there are calling me hardcore. A lot of people out there are calling me cold and calloused. A lot of people thinking I'm living on edge, that I'm insane in the membrane, that I'm a time bomb that can go ballistic at any second, and all those things could be true, yeah. But doesn't ignore the fact that I'm here in Viridian City for one reason and one reason only, yeah. I want to be the very best like no one ever was. To catch 'em all is my real test, and to train 'em is my cause. Dig it? History beckons the macho man Randy Savage in the Pokemon universe. I'm walking a fine line between life and immortality, or perhaps sanity and insanity, yeah. Perhaps the macho madness has consumed me, but soon enough, the Kanto region will feel my polyrath, yeah. I'm gonna do the thing in the ring with my Needle King, yeah. I'm gonna bite you with my right chew, gonna make you croak with my macho. Gonna eradicate you with my eradicate, and you will feel the might of my Dragonite, yeah. You have more of a chance of crawling through the eye of a sewing needle than you and your Pokemon do at being able to handle the Machoke madness, yeah. My Pokemon will be all over the place, and your Pokemon will be helpless to look to the left, to look to the right, to spin around 360 degrees when all they gotta do is look up because my Pokemon are on top, yeah. Then, now and forever, this message goes out to any gym leader in the land. You have been put on notice because, comparatively speaking, your Pokemon are nothing but grains of sand in the Sahara Desert. Yeah, and my Pokemon team is the entire desert. Many grains of sand have fallen by the hands of my mega powers, my Pokemon, and the lords and masters of the universe, and there is nothing that is going to keep us down for long, because we are the cream of the crop, and will rise to the top in any battle. Truth unraveled, no promises, just guarantees. Oh yeah.
This poem is called Cursing. As long as you are one to ignore legislative underhand and law enforcement overreach into brown people's communities, may you have diarrhea in every traffic jam. May toilet paper always stick to your stupid ass. One mutter of not all cops, and may your ATM card malfunction with a 938 balance. May the print you read grow smaller, farther, and more faint. May you enter a poetry slam, get a time penalty, and choke on it. May you be the father, even without the balls. May you fix fingers to type, curl lip and tongue to utter asinine as all lives without termination, indictment, conviction. May your hair hurt. May your teeth itch. Nails dissolve and taste buds erupt in boils. Upon first bite and swallow, may your coffee and muffin turn to kitchen cleanser and steel wool. With every detraction from the conversation with such mythologies as black on black crime, may you find yourself chained to a hot rock on the slipperiest slope of an overdue volcano. May your ancestors disown you. May time travel be invented to undo you until you recognize the disproportionate number of brown lives disrupted by the violent notion that everyone of melanin is a threat, until you bring empathy and compassion, reason and construction. I wish you spontaneous combustion. And your children, and your children's children, and your children's children's children. Amen, Ashe, Salah, and fuck y'all.
It's called I Remember. My mind unwinding, finding clues I left behind me, designed for my uprising, I choose the breath inside me, lined by undying views of a muse who sat beside me. Knowledge I held tight to, language I spelled right through, image I excelled my sight's true. Through pieces of my past lives into speeches that I cast live, a few breaches in my glass eye review teachers as I pass by. I grew true glitches stitched in space-time to expand my mind in lieu of bass vibes. Sincerely, who knew the hinges had been swinging freely, briefly allowing wishes to seep deep into reality? Clearly astounding, these glimpses creep around me. It's beginning to allow me to see how we fit existing in the now beat. I sit emitting a resounding bright light that surrounds me, insisting I might take flight. Proudly, loudly I sound off, tossed a few words into the sky while I fly around lost, spew 2/3 of my mind at no cost to you or whoever happens to cross paths with a version of me rapping about diversionary tactics, certain words to make 'em backflip. I classically spit magic. Burden birds who passively flew past it. I sarcastically chew plastic surge into Earth's passage, managed to do damage artistically, rhythmically, laughing about all the past lives I was trapped in. The one known as no one knows what happened. I fashioned a glowing orb from a flowing storm, so I had something to pass him for hunting crass hymns. Transmitting Gnostic vision by twisting optic ribbons, I remember being born on more than one occasion a defender who is sworn to warn all of the neighbors. I render my physical form based on all the greatest. Am I the sadist or the bravest? Flipping through all life's pages, I found out we're all made with the same sound vibration. I blame ground displacement for lame, unbound migrations. Salutations, my friends, with all my love and appreciations. Peace.
This one is called Body Filled with Privilege. Brimming with anxiety, skimming through society, grinning at all that I see, hiding in plain sight, I'm free. You gotta use your eyes when you fake a smile. The simplest disguise to keep just for a while. But the bile rises up, can't hide for long with spoiled gut, hand over mouth to keep it shut and stop yourself from throwing up. Expose myself in words I spew, though on the inside, just like you, with tons of privilege to boot, like talking back, and they still don't shoot. Able-bodied, addled mind, white and born of Christian kind, though abandoned, couldn't find a faith to catch up from behind. Remind me once again, oh yes, my privilege is a long list, plus I'm a man of gender cis. I think that now you get the gist. I've cruised through life, yes, gotta pass, on all the moments I skipped class, no jail time for smoking grass, he's just a kid, it will not last. Oh, so many second chances, oh, so many tries, oh, so many passing glances cannot see the lies. Despise the guise and system that makes it possible for guys like me to be scot-free and be so full of bull. I'd change it if I could, and I wish that I were kidding, but if I didn't look like me,
I'd already be in prison. I've taken my advantage, and I've squandered it with haste, a body filled with privilege, and a mind that is a waste.
I've never considered myself a love poet. They say they don't relate to my love poems anyway. They say they like me better when I recite poems about being Black. But ain't that the same? Ain't Black joy a love of its own? Ain't I proof love exists even when it isn't meant to? My folks didn't love each other. My pops had something to prove. I mean, thank God they don't make closets the way they used to. My mother dropped me off and went chasing demons, and as sure as I am standing here today, I wouldn't take none of it back. Because I am still Black. Being Black means strength and culture, setting trends and breaking barriers. I never let the skin make me inferior. I am cookouts and block party, electric slide, and Cupid shuffle. Don't believe them when they equate my Black with struggle. I have seen how we come together when the world falls apart. Bullet wound turn family reunion, traffic stop turn potluck. You can't say we ain't resilient. Can't say we don't find the music in anything. We always find a reason to lift our voice and sing. Find the rhythm in anything. We'll two-step to a heartbeat if it means we're alive. If that ain't love, why?
It's a three-part poem called Crossface in the perspective of Chris Benoit. Monday, March 15th, 2004. I never knew how I would feel winning the big gold in the main event of WrestleMania 20 last night. What an adrenaline rush it was, feeling the energy of a hot sold-out Madison Square Garden, a prestigious Mecca sports events where some of the biggest bouts and moments in pro wrestling history have taken place. Looking back now, the match felt like a blur except for the finish, as if linear time fucked itself. Paul did a great job milking the submission, and his timing with the tap out, spot on. The moment the ref called for the bell, I was overcome with so much emotion. For nearly 20 years, I busted my ass all over the world trying to master my craft, making decent living, and worked with some of the greats of all time. Not everyone gets to be world heavyweight champion. Not everyone gets to be in the main event of WrestleMania. At one point after my neck surgery in 2001, I thought that these maybe just be vivid pipe dreams, but feeling down, taking it out on the people that I love, but somehow kept at it and made the best of whatever was given to me. Although what we do is predetermined, I know I've earned my spot in this company. When I was given a belt and had my arm raised, the effects of the match started kicking a tab of that crowd. The electricity powered through me enough to pose with the belts at a corner. Completely caught unaware, my brother Eddie was standing waiting for me to turn around where we would embrace with our world championships in the downpour of confetti. But what capped off the night was being able to share this moment with Nancy and Danny Boy in the ring. The last year or so have been hell for us, mainly my fault. I feel like what happened last night may have been my redemption. I want to stay on this path. Thursday, November 17th, 2005. I still can't believe you're gone, Eddie. Even after watching your casket descend 6 feet under, misty-eyed and utterly heartbroken. You're the closest to a blood brother I ever had. I knew whenever I was in the ring with you, I could trust my life in your capable hands. You've been a big help in keeping me in check, the best support system when I'm having issues with my family, but I gotta tough this out. The show must go on, as they say. However, I still feel bad for knocking you out that one time in Japan with a kick. At the same time, if it wasn't for that kick, I would have been able to know my best friend in this business and in life. Karma and irony has bit my ass hard as I've been plagued by head injuries throughout my career. Mostly my fault. There's something about that diving headbutt that feels so good when my body soars in the air like Dynamite Kid, and when it hits the mat, regardless if I hit my target or not, it feels like a rush, but shit happens. There's something about bumping that feels oddly therapeutic. Either that or the painkillers and HGH are doing a number on me. I don't know. Maybe Nancy was right. Maybe something is wrong with me. I've been feeling so detached and so pained, and it feels like I have no one in the locker room to console me. It's been less than a week, but I just can't imagine being able to fill this hole in my life or for anyone to take the role of best friend at any point. You saved my marriage. I just wish I could have saved you, amigo. Sunday, June 24th, 2007. Nancy and Daddy Boy are dead. I told them that they were sick with food poisoning, that Nancy was vomiting blood, that Danny Boy too was vomiting, that I would meet up with Chavo in Houston upon arrival. I tried to fix this, but nothing is working. I've tried researching the story of Elijah, the resurrection of a young boy. I tried prayer and left copies of the Holy Bible next to them. Resurrecting lives is not the same as resurrecting careers. I don't know what to do. I just texted Chavo and a few others my address and that the dogs are in the enclosed pool area and that the back door is open. There's only one way to fix this. I found out the quickest and most painless way to leave this earth. I fucked up, Eddie. Forgive me, God. I have sinned. I will see you soon. And for a disclaimer, I do not endorse Chris Benoit in any shape or form.